So they told you you're in charge of bringing the sweet potato casserole to Thanksgiving this year. And now you're worried you can't possibly live up to your grandmother's classic dish. Well, my friend, you're in luck because my nanny has the absolute best recipe and I cannot wait to share all of her secrets with you here today. We'll start by getting those potatoes boiling. You'll need 3 pounds of sweet potatoes. Once they have been rinsed and scrubbed, peel them using a vegetable peeler and then cut them into 1-inch chunks. They don't have to be exactly 1 inch, but you do want them as close to the same size as possible. And remember, the smaller the chunks, the faster they'll cook. Add the potatoes to a large Dutch oven or pot, and then pour in about 10 cups of water. You want just enough so the potatoes are covered. Sprinkle in a pinch or 2 of salt, and bring the water to a boil. Once boiling, reduce the heat to medium-low and keep a rapid simmer for 10 to 12 minutes or until the potatoes are fork tender. While the potatoes are cooking, we'll start on that pecan crumb topping. And as you'll see, this is more of a southern sweet potato casserole, so there's not going to be any marshmallows involved here. Grab a medium-sized bowl and add 6 tablespoons of softened and almost melted butter, 3/4 cup of packed brown sugar, 3/4 cup of flour. A gluten-free 1-to-1 blend can be used if needed. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix this together using a fork until it's combined and crumbly. Lastly, add in 1 cup of coarsely chopped pecans. You want these to be raw and not roasted. And then stir until well combined. Set this aside until ready to use. Once the potatoes are done boiling and have been thoroughly drained, add them to a large 11 to 14 cup food processor. You'll need it to be at least 11 cups or else all of the ingredients won't fit. If you don't have a food processor, you can always just add them back into the pot and use a potato masher. However, you won't get that super smooth and fluffy texture like you will with a processor and will inevitably end up with some lumps still left. Next, add in 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of pure maple syrup, 6 tablespoons of melted butter that has been cooled to room temperature, 2 eggs that have been whisked, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Close the processor with a lid and then turn it on. Blend for 20 to 30 seconds or until the potatoes are smooth and there are no lumps remaining. Add the potatoes to a 7 by 10 inch baking dish that has been sprayed with nonstick cooking spray and smooth them out until they are flat. Sprinkle the pecan crumb topping all over the potatoes until they are completely covered. Bake the casserole in a preheated 350-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes, or until the topping becomes firm and begins to brown slightly. And then let it cool for about 10 to 15 minutes before serving. This dish is a really easy one to prep the day before. Get everything ready, cover it with a piece of aluminum foil, and then pull it out about an hour before baking so it can come back to room temperature. I'm so excited to dig in. Guys, this is literally my favorite dish at Thanksgiving. Here we go. Oh my goodness, it is just like I remember my nanny making with that crunchy pecan topping, those silky smooth potatoes, but you are gonna be the real judge, so please be sure and let me know what you think. And if you need a few more Thanksgiving ideas, I've got you covered. Be sure to check out these recipes right over here. Thanks so much for hanging out. I will see you in the next one. Gotta go in for more bites here.